Today we're going to go over the air raid philosophy in Madden. We've talked about the runs, the passes, the screens, all of that. Today we're going to dive into the air raid philosophy and how you can bring that philosophy to Madden. Let's get into it.
Philosophically.
So the first thing you have to do, and I think this is going to be easy for you since this is, after all, Madden and we tend to do this, you want to throw the ball 90% of the time. But here's the difference. You may be doing Madden and doing all the meta and everything like that, trying to get that one bomb, trying to bomb 2 or cover 3 or whatever. No, you want to go through your progressions and you want to hit the open man. There's 4 things. 1, know your progression. That means you need to know the progressions inside and out, whatever it is. 2, never pass up an open man. Meaning if you're going through your progression, you see someone just pop wide open, you throw it to them and you throw it to them now. 3, never throw it where there's other people at. You never want to do that. I see a lot of people YOLOing it and throwing it. I do it as well, throwing streaks when there's like 8 people around. Never do that. And 4, trust your instinct. That's it.
Playbook.
We're going to use the Arizona Cardinals playbook because it is the purest form of the air raid in Madden. So these are the formations you're going to use. You're going to use the slot offset because we like the motion to like a couple of things. Spread Y slot because you want to switch out the wide receiver so you get 4 wide. Spread Y flex because they have some plays in there. Trips, tray open, and empty base. Those are the ones you want to. Now, sometimes we're going to sprinkle in the bunch quads and the empty quads, but for the most part, we're only going to use 4 or 5 formations.
Slot offset.
All right, so now we're going to go into what plays should be your audibles in the slot offset and what's your main play coming out there and give you some reasonings behind that. So here are the audibles. We want to have spot, we want to have stick, we want to have Y cross, and we want to have flood. Why? Because those are the plays that we're going to be calling based on what the defense does. All of them but flood have the same motion, so we want things to look similar to the defense, to the user, but different. And we're going to be able to figure out what we're going to do because the play we're always going to go out there with in this formation is going to be RPO bubble. The reason why is because it tells us what we're going to do, and based off of that, then we know what we're going to call next. We can go the hurry up and we can do everything like that. Another good thing that I like about this is you have 2 running backs in here. So if you are going on regs or you're going in MUT with a team that has 2 good backs, you can utilize that right now. It is unbelievable.
Gun trips.
Now, gun trips, I like it. I don't run that much at a 3x1. I find that 2x2 is a little bit easier. It helps me see what the defense is doing, but there's a couple of plays in there that I really like, and let me show you. Here are the audibles for this. Now, the first one's stick wheel. The reason why I like stick wheel, and I'm gonna bring it up, is because stick is right here. If you see Y right now, I really don't like that. The running back is in the backfield. Things are different. And like I tell my players, I want things to stay the same. If you look at stick wheel, when we bring it up, you still have the flat to stick. It works for you because you're still making the same reads. That's why I like this over the normal stick. You have the RPO read bubble. This is a downhill inside zone with the bubble. I like things more inside than the outside. That's why I like the inside portion of it. And this is why this is a very nasty play. The next, again, you got to have 4 verts. Anytime you see one high, you want to do it. It's a little bit different. What I like to do at a 3x1 is look hash to hash, hash backside. If you see that they're running that guy man to man, you can run him on a drag, and then you can have something to outlet. That's something you can do. And then after that, slot corner right there, as you can see, that is just Y corner. That's why I like it. It works very well. Now, what we're gonna run when we come out of here, like what we normally call, I would call something like drive. I like that. It's still the same read essentially, and you can audible that backside wide receiver like it's choice, sprinkling in a little run and shoot. I also like running the freaking sail concept out of this. I'm a big fan of sail, and those 2 things right there work really well. And then you can audible to whatever it is the defense is giving you.
Gun tray open.
Now this is a little bit different. It's still the 3x1, but the running back is opposite the 3 wide receivers. And I'm really not that into this formation, but I will sprinkle it in from time to time, and here are the audibles of it. I don't like the way stick is. I like corner in this instance because you have the corner and it's the double in. If you look at it, the double in is kind of like a China concept. It's the old West Coast. I really like that right there. Then you have inside zone. Again, inside zone, don't want to have to talk about it. 4 verts. And then the PA read. Now, I'd hot route the outside, the single receiver to a vert, and then it looks like it's a Y cross. The thing to do though, and this is something I got from Noel Mazzoni, who is a huge offensive coordinator, Hall of Famer, is you take the number 2 wide receiver and you run him on a drag. Noel calls this charger. And you still have the same read. You have a high-low on the Y cross. Now in this formation, there's only really 2 plays I come out and actually want to do things with. It is the Y cross, and when I do that, I will hot route the running back to an out, so I still have the same read, or Y sail. Those are the only 2 plays I will run, just come out here, and then I will audible based on what the defense is giving me. And it makes things super simple.
Gun empty base.
There's not that many times I will run gun empty base, but when I do, here are my audibles. I like stick and corner. As you can tell, I'm always 2 big fans of stick and corner. Caveat, you want to run corner when you're going into the end zone. Man-to-man, that is what you want to do. I like the jet touch pass just because it's a way to get to the outside really fast, and it tends to work on this game for some reason. And then the 4 verts, I really like that. Now, when we go in to just call a play, the only play that I call is inside cross, because that is like a souped up mesh, Y shallow, and it freaking works. I usually put the outside guys on verts to clear out, and then I'm reading it just like shallow right there. Also, another thing you can do though out of this, and I kind of like that, is Y cross flood. I really like this as well, because sometimes if you work on it really hard and if they use that backside safety, when he jumps the cross, you have the post over top.
Gun bunch quads.
Now, really, there's only 1 or 2 different things that I actually run when I'm in this formation, and so here are the audibles: bunch trail, inside post, drag under, and spot, and then that is what I run. And then if I want to do something, I will just come out here and I will normally just call spacing, just to see if I have that give me curl or hitch or anything like that. And if I do want to run, if I have a running quarterback, I will just scramble. I'm that guy sometimes, and I know you are too, but that is what I use.